Jake Weaver joins me on commentary today, and we are coming to you live from your Co-op Community Stadium for the second Saturday running as Leamington prepare for their 18th league game of the campaign. Last week's frustrating draw to relegation-threatened Bradford Park Avenue only intensified the fever for 3 points. 3 points that would continue to fuel the Break's hopeful playoff push into the new year as Holleran and his men continue to defy expectations in the league season. This afternoon sees the visit of a very familiar foe in Paul Cox's Kettering side. The Poppies travel here, also seeking their first win in 4 league games, sitting in mid-table limbo and desperate to put some form together to keep pace with the top half-table frontrunners. There never seems to be a dull moment when the Poppies travel to Warwickshire, and with this being both of these sides' final fixture before Christmas and both desperate to gather some momentum into the new year to kickstart their 2022, this one has the potential to be a Christmas cracker gift wrapped with all the trimmings on. Harrison Neals floated ball towards the back post. Sargent's coming, not claimed, and Gittins has to spare his goalkeeper's blushes. Kettering still have it on the left-hand side with the corner taker Neal. Takes it away from one Leamington player and whips a dangerous ball towards the back post, but it's over the upright. As the Poppy pressure mounts early on in this contest. And it goes towards the front post. This time it's a simple header away for Prosser, but it'll come back to the corner taker Brown. Takes it away from Parker towards the byline into the right-hand side of the penalty area. Still going Brown, shot towards goal is spilled and turned home by Jordan Crawford. His terrific goal-scoring run continues. That's 3 in 3 now for the young striker, and this one was gifted to him on a plate. Alex Brown, certainly the architect in the goal, burst in field from the right-hand side into the penalty area, skipped through about 2 Leamington challenges, just waltzed his way to the 6-yard box, released a venomous effort, was too hot to handle by Matt Sargent, and the follow-up was gobbled up by Jordan Crawford, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of emblematic of the start we've made. We've started a little bit slow here, let Kettering assert their dominance, and it's unfortunate. I think Matt was slightly unsighted, which is always difficult when it's coming through those bodies, and it's one of those moments you want it to ricochet to hopefully one of your men, but unfortunately it's landed at the Kettering striker's feet, and he's put it in always in the good positions to do so. So it'll be a big test for us now. Hopefully we can respond.
Leamington have a free kick about 35-40 yards from goal, dead centre. Steph Morley with the left foot, might go for goal here. He does so, it's low, takes a nick, and produces a great save, and it's cleared away behind by Kettering for a corner pick, but Jackson Smith, Morley hit that with so much power, just using the turf to zip it off, and Jackson had to watch that all the way. Jackson Smith, as it took a nick off a couple of players and got down smartly to his left-hand side.
Great strike, smart save, be a good confidence build for the keeper that. I think it might have took a little nick going through, which makes it even more difficult, so no, good save, good save. It's such an asset along throw. I mean, God, it's so difficult to defend because there's no offside.
Alex Brown with the throw-in, Rory Delap incarnate. Kettering will recycle this second ball. Powell getting the better of Parker and floats the ball towards the back post, but it's overhit and over Matt Sargent's crossbar. But Powell just manages to wriggle away from the most impossible of situations, Callum Powell. Brown, left foot. Oh, it's towards the back post, but it was Kennedy, free header. Had all the time in the world, but got his header all wrong, sort of headed it down into the floor and harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Morrison in the end is rescued by his left back Morley, and it's hoisted up towards Mooney. Keeper stayed at home. Kelsey Mooney in down the left hand side here, takes it back onto his right foot. Kelsey Mooney denied at his front post by Jackson Smith. Smart save, but Jackson Smith didn't know whether to stick or twist there as the ball came roaring over the top of the Kettering Town defence. Mooney looked like he had plenty of yardage on all of the Kettering Town defenders, and he was out in the clear just with Jackson Smith to beat. Angle was tight and Smith produced the save at his near post.
Ball seemed to travel a really long way there. I think Jack Lane just put his foot through it just to clear his line. It somehow ended up to the feet of Kelsey Mooney. Cut inside, good save from the goalkeeper, but it was there for us. In
towards the front post, headed towards goal, off the crossbar. Kyle Morrison so close to grabbing his first in a Leamington shirt on the day that he's been made captain, denied by the crossbar. And this second half has started at such an intensity here at your Co-op Community Stadium.
He's done everything but score there, Carl. It's a great ball in from Dan from the previous chance. Done everything but score. Great header. Just unfortunately he's hit the crossbar there, but it's a better start from us now in the second half, and momentum certainly with us as we head into the midpoint of the second half.
This one is truly end-to-end so far in this second half. Barely time to catch your breath. The throw-in's headed only as far as Cooper, who's trying an effort on goal. It's a terrific save from Sargent, who did just enough to get down to his left-hand side.
Great work there from Matt, great work. Difficult saves, come through some bodies, done well to get it out for the corner. Now we've just got to get our wits about us and make sure we deal with this corner.
Approaching the 65th minute mark here at your Co-op Community Stadium. Kennedy back to goal, able to turn and find Crawford, who can burst over the halfway now. Plenty of green grass ahead of him. We've got Powell to his right-hand side. Here is Callum Powell. Red shirts arriving in support in the penalty area. If he can pick a head up, Powell might go alone and just whiskers away.
Glimpses of Powell's quality there. Clear warning sign as we head into the last sort of 25 minutes. We've got to be on it. We've got to be mindful that the threat still remains from Kettering.
And it goes towards the front post. English is there. Might break for Meredith towards goal, off the line. Agonising for Dan Meredith, who just picked his spot at all the time in the world to do so, but picked the only man back there for Kettering on the line, who got his full body behind it and cleared it away for Kettering. But what a chance for Leamington to bring themselves level.
Oh, it's moments like that you wonder, is it going to be one of these days? Dan Meredith has a goal at his mercy. He's in a way, he's almost hit it too well. You want him to just hit it straight through the bodies, defended well by the Kettering defender.
Kettering with a golden opportunity to double their lead here, 15 minutes from time. And well and truly put the cat amongst the pigeons here at your Co-op Community Stadium. It's Neil, it's teasing towards the penalty area. It's flicked on and it's in for Kettering. And is that the nail in the coffin for Leamington? Kettering double their lead. There's a bit of a melee in the Leamington net, but I think the goal stands. It looks like it's Jordan Crawford with it. He's certainly claiming it, the Kettering goal scorer, if it is.
It's a disappointing goal to concede. It's really killed the momentum that we had there. It's a good ball and it's a good header. I'm not entirely sure what happened as it got towards the goal line, but these are the moments in games. We haven't taken our chances and they've put a good ball in and scored from it. I mean, it's going to be difficult now for the last sort of 15 minutes or whatever's left of the game for us to find a way back into this.
Powell now racing on the periphery of the 18-yard box. Offloads to Cooper. Cooper looking for Smith on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Stewart Cooper goes for goal himself and finds the back of the net with an absolute screamer. What an absolute pile driver from the centre-back, George Cooper. The masked superhero has Leamington marvelling at a strike straight out of the top drawer.
It's a great strike from the Kettering man. It probably looks like now there might be curtains for us today, and again it shows the importance of taking your chance at this level, as you will get punished.
Kettering looking to add a fourth in some style it would take from here. It's literally about 18 yards out. It's right on the line of the cusp of the penalty area. Standing perfectly, it will be Powell to strike right into the Leamington wall. We'll come back for Powell, and Powell is toppled over by Dan Meredith as he watched the ball come down out of the sky from the ricochet off the Leamington wall, and Leamington are falling apart here at your Co-op Community Stadium.
It's a clumsy challenge that from Dan, and it's given the ref no choice really. Powell's done well to get his body across Dan, and Dan's fallen for it, and it's given the ref absolutely no choice despite protest. On balance, it probably is a penalty.
So Crawford's got two, but he won't be given the opportunity to smack a third in from the penalty spot following a clumsy challenge from Dan Meredith. So it is the man who was felled in the penalty area to pick himself up. Callum Powell from 12 yards sends it into the bottom corner via a nick off of Matt Sargent, but he can't prevent it from nestling in that bottom corner. It's 4 for Kettering. It's a nightmare afternoon for Leamington.
Yeah, I mean that sort of sums up the afternoon, unfortunately, where Matt's gone the right way. It's gone into the bottom corner. Just one of those. See out the rest of the game, and hopefully we can just draw a line to this and go again on Boxing Day.
Just about a minute to go for Leamington to endure of what has been a very bad afternoon at the office indeed. Barrett on the right hand side, gliding inside, skips past one, skips past two, there's a penalty, and Barrett goes himself with his left foot, and it's high over Matt Sargent's crossbar, but what a solitary goal that would have been.
Positive play there from Barrett. All it was missing was the finish, which would have been the cherry on top of the cake for Kettering today.
Just have about 30 seconds or so left of proceedings here. Well, the referee's brought it to an end, early and ended Leamington's torture here at your Co-op Community Stadium. Well, the poppies have well and truly blossomed in Warwickshire, ending their 4-game winless streak in some style. So for Holleran's men in gold, they're very much feeling the Christmas blues in their winter fixture list. From everyone here at Leamington, we hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas, and we shall see you on Boxing Day. But for now, we'll leave you with Leamington conceding 4 at home to a blossoming poppy side. It's finished here, Leamington 0, Kettering Town 4.
So Paul, bad out the office, a 4-0 defeat to Kettering Town. Your thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game? We were second best first half. I think enough people here today to see that. Kettering did what Kettering are very good at. They put the ball in good areas, lots of legs, backed it up. Having Storer and Kennedy back in the side makes a difference to them. Didn't really deal with it. You're probably coming at half time thinking we'll sort of half take 1-0. They had we were really good then up to 7, probably 45. Only half an hour really of the game where we've been the better side. Now whether you want to talk about Kelsey's chance, Carl Morrison's chance, Dan Meredith's chance, I can go on and on. We don't take him again, similar to Chester, similar to Bradford. And then we fell apart at the end. I think towards the end, things have probably caught up with us. We've not only got 4 or 5 good players missing. I'm well aware the group needs more. We've done a deal this week with a good player from League One, and it's all sorted. And sadly, he's part of the COVID batch, so we won't have him until next week now. And so little things we're doing aren't quite happening. The group does need a bit of lift. You can't sort of not have Jack Edwards and Devon and Joe and Simeon and probably we've patched Alex Prosser up. We thought Alex Prosser would be all right. Hasn't worked. That injury was always going to catch up with him, I think. So it's difficult for us. It's difficult for us when we're playing against a side that are full of energy, full of legs, and we look like a side that certainly towards the end it probably showed the fact that a number of players not training, and it's caught up with us. It's definitely caught up with us towards the end. I'm not making excuses, but it has, and it could have been different, obviously, if goals change. If we take one of them 3 or 4 really good opportunities. It doesn't. That spell was good. Disappointed with a couple of goals at the end, obviously, I am. But I'd say this is this season, this is our first blip in terms of a run of games, 3-4 games, where we haven't managed to get a win, 5 games. Performance levels have been okay. We've dug in, we've worked hard. But I think today is a bit of a wake-up call for everyone that we can't really carry on putting too many square pegs in round holes, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in the next week, maybe boosting the squad a little bit. Hopefully over Christmas get a couple of players back, and we need to respond, because most people probably think Leamington will come falling down the league, but I've got a group of players that want to stay in the top half of the table, and we'll work extremely hard to do that.
As you mentioned, we saw Alex Prosser go off at half-time with an injury. Have you got any update on him and the rest of the injured players?
Devon and Joe Clark are making improvements. Alex has done really well for us, because he probably picked up the injury at the start of his loan, and he's done everything to play with it. We felt that by the strengthening work in the week, we could get through on a Saturday. And I think, as I've just said there, I think today has been a bit of a wake-up call that you can't go into battles like that with players. It's unfair probably to ask the players. So we need to probably have a look at it really and see what we can do to get us through just that week. There's 3 games in a week over Christmas. We'll hopefully have some news on Jack next week. Just waiting for the results so the scans come back. So hopefully things will start to improve. But I'm well aware the group does need a couple of helping hands. That's got to come from me as well. So there's that scenario. So it's disappointing. There's a decent crowd here, and we've done well here this year. Put some great performances in, and obviously disappointing first half, but a real good half hour. Even with having to move a few things around, we showed plenty of spirit, plenty of character. But sadly, we've missed the chances, and then at the end, we've it's been too easy to score against at the end. I think we all know that. So there's no good me trying to put it up. But what I would say, give credit where credit's due. Kettering have been on a tough run, and they've put a real good performance in today and ran out deserved winners.